I'm gonna make a save here. Boink, 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 boink. Let's go! Loren and Queen Karen marched through the Citadel's gates, prepared to announce that they had completed the 2 tasks. However, Breza interrupted their arrival. Majesties, do not tread further! Why not? Breza looked over her shoulder. Amazons laid on furs outside the plaza, coughing and groaning as healers tended to them. What happened here? It is a plague, your highness. I beg of you, do not enter the Citadel, or you will fall ill as well. How did this happen? The Amazons have always been stronger than common sickness. Saren closed his eyes, recalling his previous mistress. She had fallen sick so quickly, and the healers were unprepared that she succumbed to it. I cannot explain it. No medicine woman can. Every day, more and more of our sisters cannot rise in the morning. This is unacceptable. Magic must be to blame. Can you be so sure? That was my thought as well. Just before the plague started, my scouts reported some suspicious women to me. No one knew who they were or even recognized them. Foreign Amazons? I do not know, but they cannot be found again. They completely disappeared and now we are plague-ridden. Those were not Amazons, they had to be illusions. Majesty? Like the illusions that started the war. Yes, we can ask Mirth and Apollomesha to be sure. So, the same dark forces are now targeting the Citadel. Such filth. Shall I consult with your magic experts with all I know? Yes, speak with the druid and the archwizard. Breza saluted and left. Loren watched the sick Amazons from a distance. She was not used to seeing her sisters so weak. She could not even enter her own home. Loren clenched her fists, swearing vengeance. After deliberation, Apollomesha and Mirth approached Loren. We have learned what we could from your scout commander. Indeed, illusion magic may be at play to infiltrate the Citadel. But what's more, the sickness itself runs deeper than any healing magic. It's not waging war on their bodies, but on their souls. What? What does that mean? This plague is the work of dark magic, and that is outside the realm of our knowledge. Lucky for you, I'm here. Loren spun around to see Shambara making her way into the conversation. No one thought to ask me about dark magic, anybody? We were about to. Oh, I'm sure. I will ask. Shambara, can you help my people? I might. I'm pretty good at making potions that cure this sort of stuff, but my potion book is back at my house. In the swamps. Then that is our next destination. Really? It was that simple. Only your entire race needed to contract an evil disease to get you to take me back home. Why didn't I try that sooner? Mirth sighed and Apollomesha grumbled under his breath. Oh, camp. Saren watched to the edge of the forest to meet up with Mirth as they had planned, except he heard voices arguing when he approached. He recognized Mirth's voice, and then he recognized Ray's. He was stunned that he was even here. He crept closer, trying to overhear what they were talking about, but he already knew. It was about him. By the time he got a view of the two of them, their argument was over. Mirth was crying. With a hot word, she fled away from Ray into the trees. When she disappeared, Ray immediately saw Saren standing there and gave him a hard look. The elf walked intimidatingly towards him, so Saren stiffened, but Ray only glared at him as he passed by, returning to camp. Alone, Saren was left dazed. Neither of them said a word to him before completely leaving, calling off his excursion with her. He couldn't leave it at that, and ventured into the forest to find Mirth and ask for an explanation. He found her drooping on a rock, wiping her eyes. She paused when she heard Saren's footfall. You made your point, Ray. Saren frowned by the tortured tone in her voice, and then was unsure how to handle the mistaken identity. But why was she crying? Was it really about him? What did Ray say to you? She jumped, startled to find Saren instead of the elf. Oh! Her eyes glistened and turning red. Just seeing her so broken made Saren crumble apart along with her. We can't talk anymore. I'm so sorry. No, please, don't say this, please. Mirth bit her lip to keep from crying. I need to focus on my duties. I am an elder druid, and I need to take care of that. So no more distractions. He was just speechless now. He couldn't believe that this was even happening. I'm so sorry I let this come this far. Mirth fled again, even deeper into the woods, but Saren couldn't find the strength to follow her. He didn't think that her simple words could do that to him. But there he was, still standing in the same spot, unable to move. And then an emotion came to him, hot and strong. This was Ray's fault. He curled his fist and ran back into camp. The elf was brooding by the fire, no doubt traveling in his almost maniacal obsession in controlling Mirth's life. Saren stared at him for a moment. If he was what stood between him and Mirth, then he had to change his mind. As far as Saren was concerned, that was done one of two ways. The only way he could be with Mirth was if he had Ray's approval. He needed to show him that he could be trusted with her. Instead of getting angry at him, he needed to build a bridge of understanding between them. There was likely a lot of resentment in Ray just because Saren was a human. He needed to show Ray what Mirth had found out. Not all humans are bad. He started off simple. Have you eaten? He moved towards the cooking spit and picked up a dish and a ladle. Pardon? Yes? You have? Saren abandoned the idea of serving him food. He walked awkwardly over to the log that Ray was sitting on and pointed next to him. May I sit here? Ray looked at him with a confused face, but no answer, so Saren sat down anyway. You are most annoying. What can I do to be better? Just tell me. Is it because I'm human? I'm sure you wished that were the problem. If it's not, then what? Ray sighed, and again didn't warn him important enough to respond. Saren tried a different path of attack, his ego. You're amazing on the battlefield. I've never seen anyone more expert with a crossbow. This did hook the elf's attention. Of course you haven't. It must have taken a lifetime of practice, or maybe you were born that skilled? Dedication and hard work. Blood is just blood. I have earned my skill. Interesting. I would have never thought you'd be humble enough to say you weren't born this way. Ray shook his head and clucked. Saren was losing you. But you were definitely born with your good looks, that's for sure. Being so handsome, you must get a lot of attention from the ladies, which you deserve. Yeah, concern in his face in disbelief. And probably a top-notch lover. I'm sure you have a lot of exciting conquests to tell. Ray stood up suddenly. You have successfully made me uncomfortable. He moved to leave, but Saren wasn't done yet. He needed Ray's approval as soon as possible. Without thinking, he reached out and grabbed Ray's arm to anchor him. Wait! The elf paled, and Saren realized how awkward this was getting. I do not find men attractive, Saren. I'm sorry. He had completely misunderstood, and Saren felt like a complete fool. No, I'm not. This wasn't... I love Mirth. It just slipped out, and he regretted they couldn't put it in a better way, but it was the truth. And I need you to accept me so you can tell her it's alright to be with me. Ray valued him in silence. I've denied it long enough, and nothing you can say will change it. I know she loves me back, I just feel it. Ray crossed his arms, still looking at Saren as if he were the worst scum in the world. I wish it didn't have to be this way. I believe you, but that doesn't mean I like you, or that you and Mirth can ever be a couple. None of that I can change, but I can stop antagonizing you, but that's it. Everything else will fall the way it will fall. I don't want to make her cry again. She can do that on her own. If she wants to do this herself, and she wants to torture herself so bad, then fine. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. I'm going to save this in a different slot, because that's a different thing. Leave. Camp! Nope, that's it. Nope. Okay. Let's talk to people. They have learned our base of operations, and so our time of relative safety is growing short. Are you prepared? I have been preparing every day since the old war was won. Really? Why? You killed Faust. Didn't you think he was going to remain dead? At first, I think I did. But I was so maddened by the end by what it took to win the war, I could not celebrate and live in peace. I was not allowed that. I spent the days after returning to Grimoire studying Faust's kind and the realm. Days transformed into years, and now 40 years have passed. Why couldn't you celebrate? What happened at the end of the war that bothered you so much? My daughter. I lost my daughter. Was I supposed to celebrate after having her ripped from me? I had known what had happened to her. I had to find out what I could do to help her. She died. Kiki says nothing. Yeah, okay. Ramos. Hey, come here. Again, is this about Dora too? What? How'd you know? Have you asked her if she likes you yet? You keep saying that like it's so easy to do. You must think some dwarves the god. It's not, but, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was so difficult for you. You got me. I need your help with her. I want her to know I like her, but yeah, I just can't go out and say it. I get sweaty and my voice stops working, and then she says something all pretty like it. Well, you can't like her or something, and I want you to give it to her. If that's your family gemstone, did you finally get it out of the axe? You bet I did. And I want Dora to have it. It's your family crest. Are you sure you want to part with it? For Dora, of course. Is this a dwarven mating ritual I don't know about? Mating ritual? What kind of person do you think I am? It's just a gift. If you say so. Well, yeah, I do. If it's no big deal, I'll ask someone else to give it to her. And you definitely won't give it to her yourself. Are you gonna help me or not? You should do it. I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable doing this for you. Ask a friend for a favor, and this is what I get. Don't worry, I won't be bothering you again. You should do it yourself, man. Seriously. So what exactly is going on between you and Loren? I'm her second in command. There's nothing informal going on. No, I mean, really going on between you two. We're not lovers. I'm not talking about your loins for once. I meant how loyal are you to her? Most loyal. I serve her to the best of my ability. Would you kill me if she ordered you to? No. Not even if I was a super secret, super evil spy? What if I was an assassin only following you around so that I could kill Loren at the right moment? What if I have led you on just so I could get you to trust me so that I could easily break Loren's defenses? No. I know you. You wouldn't do any of that. Everyone may dismiss you as evil at first glance, but I know you're not now. You're not an assassin or a spy. You want Fosterfowl as much as the rest of us. You wouldn't pretend to be interested in me. A little cocky, aren't you? So what? I can't stay so close to someone like you and do nothing. What do you mean, someone like me? Shambar's eyes flicked over his body. He's almost missed it. Dark Witch charged away without answering. Hey. What now? I think it's cute how you think you can ignore me. I'm not ignoring you. Maybe that was the wrong word for it. Intimidate me, maybe? I don't know what you're talking about. It won't work, that's all I'm saying. You can flounce around with all the princesses in the world. It won't matter. What does that have to do with you? Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. You again? Look, Saren, shouldn't you be worried that I'll think you're too pushy if you keep trying to talk to me like this? You're coming on too strong. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Okay, fine. Don't you think others will think less of you for trying to get close to me? I'm the evil Dark Witch after all. And don't pretend you don't care, because I know you think the sun and the stars of Loren, and the druid. I don't care what any thinks about you and me. I've already decided what kind of person you are. I'll take any punishment for knowing you. You're sure about that? Yes. She had no snide remark or threat to make. Shambara only left. Dibida. Dunk. Boink. 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 What are your thoughts on being dead? You know how I feel. It is not so bad. Of course, being a necromancer. It is the same for any who believe in life after death. Elysium, was it? If you believe such a paradise exists, you are like me. I just don't need religion as a middle stop to comfort in passing. What do you believe happens when you die? I don't pretend to know. I do know. We fall in the Underrealm and live out our eternity there. The magic of that world will keep us quite busy. Underrealm? That does not sound like somewhere I would like to spend eternity. It is what you make it. For some people it is a terrible place, but only because they brought that terror with them when they died. I believe I've lived quite a content life, so my eternity will be quite pleasant. What will your eternity be, I hope it is pleasant as well, and I wish the same for you. No need to wish. I'm fine. But I wonder, if what you say is true, can two people meet up in the Underrealm? Share an eternity? It's probably possible. I've never thought about that, but if we're all going to the same place, then we could probably find each other if we wanted. Saren and Shambara hold eye contact for a moment. Then you're right. Death is not so frightening after all. Hey, Loren. The Citadel is at its weakest. Loren looked complete and unfocused. Ma'am, the Amazons have always been prepared for war. We've always been ready and willing and strong. You're worried about your people. Of course I'm worried. I'm relying on my sisters to dictate the tide of the war. You sound like a real Amazon leader now. Excuse me? I didn't before. I mean, now you're concerned with the welfare of your people. It's my fault that I let this happen. I should have been there. I could have stopped whoever poisoned us. I could have killed them right then. It's not your fault, Loren. Don't blame yourself. I can if I want to. You would have gotten ill like your sisters if you had been there. Instead, you are healthy so that you may help them. Karen. I am shamed. Because of Jewel? I could not shake her power from my mind, but my daughter could. Am I too old already? No, Majesty. You are of perfect age. But chose not to acknowledge the flattery lest it went to her head. How could dark magic befall the Amazons, ma'am? I am speaking to myself. I apologize. This is the first time I've seen the Amazons so vulnerable. It'll be all right. We're doing everything we can to save them. The Citadel has always existed in isolation, and now that our gate opens regularly, we have opened ourselves to this sort of attack. The Citadel needs to keep its gates open. We have seen the world, and it is a wondrous place. But the Great Mothers, you are the Queen. Can't you change laws? I can. I don't really want to talk to Mirth right now. Just in case, but... You attacked us. Mesfit inhaled deeply. I did. How could you? You were doing so well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does she really have that much power over you? You were there. You have experienced her thrall. Now imagine that is coming from inside you, constantly, for all time. I had no idea. You'll understand. I'm beginning to, but that doesn't mean I will accept your violence. However, if you need me for anything, you may speak with me. Need you? For what? To talk. I'm here for you. Mesfit was baffled, but didn't refuse. Any news on the liberation of the Dark Elves? I have heard that the elders are in talks with my father. Only through intermediaries, however. He is still not allowed to enter the forest. But why not? Mirth can prove that he is harmless. I am quickly finding out who holds the real power in the forest. The druids may own the trees, but the elders own everything in between. But if they are deliberating, then that's progress. It is some progress. You still cannot be optimistic. I will relax my ire the moment my people can live amongst the forest elves and be treated no different. That may take hundreds of years. This upset Mesfit, but he did not shout. I am also becoming more aware of that. It is unfair, and I will fight it every step of the way. But if that is the only way, then I will walk that path with my brothers and sisters. We have been 1,000 years ostracized. I hope it does not take 1,000 more to erase that. Mirth is doing what she can. I believe it will be much less. But even still... Mesfit, you will never be able to live in the forest. You're part demon. I've come to terms with my fate. I'm fighting for my kin only. That is enough. What will you do if the Dark Elves are allowed back in the forest, and they all leave you behind in the desert? Not all will go. Really? But I thought that was the point. The point is the choice. We were cut off from our homeland. If the forest is opened back up to us, then we will finally choose for ourselves how we may live. I know already that many Dark Elves will remain in the desert. What about your father? He deserves to live in the forest. He has dreamed of it for a long time. I hope that he gets that chance in his lifetime. Thank you. How have you been enjoying your time with us so far? I must say, it's been rather enjoyable. At first, I thought this excursion would be like my mercenary work in the past, walking long distances and shooting away the vermin that steps in our way. I'm happily mistaken. Hunting demons that are plotting to take over the world? That's straight from a fairy tale, and I'm part of it. What's more, our targets are some of the toughest I have faced. Not quite as impressive as some of my past kills, but since I've already dealt with the worst, what more can you expect? You've dealt with stronger foes. Maybe a few. So yes, I'm quite satisfied with our hunting. Though we could stand for some longer breaks in between kills. A little rest and recuperation goes a long way. We already take many breaks at camp. I'm referring to inns in the city. Soft beds, professional food, fresh company. A soft bed would be nice, but we have to make do with what we have. I'm aware, I know. I've spent days without food or supplies on missions before, but I still ache for civilization now and then. I suppose that is natural. I'll talk to Loren about not bypassing cities from now on. How generous. Thank you. Alright. We are done. I am done for now. I am way too tired. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, this is RPGatWill. I hope you liked this episode of Loren the Amazon Princess. If you want to check out some of my other material, you can click on my channel link below, or you can even subscribe if you'd like. I like to do some silly songs on the side, along with my RPG work. If you want to see some more group-oriented stuff, there's another channel called Gaming Idiots TV that I take part in. That's where we do all our group stuff, so I'll provide a link below if you want to check it out there. See you next time.